Good afternoon, and welcome to this session in the Pharma-Connect conversation series. This is really in a sub-series called local pharmaceutical production. So as you know, we've tackled vaccine production, which is something kind of different. In this case, we are going to really look at traditional pharmaceutical production, which is mostly chemical entities. And it's where be the lions. So lions are scary. Where are they? But also lions are good. Are we going to be lions? I wanted to say where be the dragons, but then I wanted this to be also Afrocentric in that sense. So my name is David Katerere. I am at Tshwane University of Technology and Research Platform Chair and also trustee at Pharma-Connect. So to start with, this is actually the history of pharmaceutical manufacturing in Africa. So it starts around about 1935 when Abbott comes to South Africa. And then for another 10 years, we didn't have any manufacturing going on the continent. Then May and Baker went into Nigeria. I think they're still there. Then we had this little giant called Central African Pharmaceuticals, CAPS, which was set up in the 50s in Zimbabwe and became quite successful, supplied products even into South African markets. And so, but you can see as we go forward to 2020, that there's really not much happening in terms of local companies. Okay, you have Oribindo, you have a lot of companies that might be manufacturing, but a lot of them are really packaging, because as you know, there are different levels of manufacturing. This is also intriguing because there's actually a Botswana Vaccines Institute, but we've not heard of them lately. And I was hoping that we would get some of our colleagues from Botswana to come and talk about that. Some of you might know about Genius Therapeutics, and that sadly does not exist anymore. But why are we talking about this? We're talking about this because of the pharmaceutical manufacturing plan for Africa. And I'm glad to see the father and the author of the pharmaceutical plan is here with us. Dr. Ngozwana, welcome. And it's a very ambitious plan. It's now almost, 8 years old. And of course, it was diagnostic. So it identified what the problems were. Access to, lack of access to affordable financing, lack of access to technology, inadequate human resource capacity, and all sorts of things. And we know those things. What we don't do or don't know, I have not been able to do, is to turn the plan into action. So this seminar is really a challenge to say, how do we actually turn these plans, these grand, great plans into action? And so we are going to talk about local pharmaceutical production and how we can get that going. Just a calendar of our recent events. As you know, we dabble in all sorts of things. So we've had one on neglected foods of Africa. We've had something on cannabis. Today, we're having local pharmaceutical production. And in 2 weeks' time, we will talk about IP and this whole issue to say, okay, just because now we have a waiver, we can produce. We can't, and we have to be realistic about it. And in future, we will also look at these other things. So today we have two main speakers, and then we'll have country profiles from a variety of colleagues here. Our first speaker is Professor Dirian Taka, who is founder and CEO of MediAditas, and he's been very keen to come onto this platform and share this alternative model of local pharmaceutical production that they are trying to bring, actually, and work with African entrepreneurs. The issue of quality has always been a problem. Some people say there's no shortcut to quality. However, my good friend Tunga Mafunga thinks he has the answer. in how can we enhance formulation and do it so that we get to quality fast. And then we'll have a variety of speakers, someone from Angola, we have DRC, we have Uganda, we have Nigeria, and I see my good friend who's also celebrating her birthday come through, Lesotho. We can sing for you later. And I asked them a simple thing, you know, to pitch for their countries. So if they were talking to me and I had $20 million to spend and set up a facility somewhere, where would I go? Would I go to the Congo? Would I go to Uganda or Lesotho? Or any of the other countries? I think Zimbabwe is also going to give us some information. So sit back and enjoy this, and I'll hand it over now to Diren.